Not everyone that moves to Spain wants to stay in a town. Some people want to live off grid and stay in a farm. And in this video, I'm going to talk to Andy from Mountain View Farm, who has a farm and stays off grid here in Spain. A lot of people have been asking us about property and doing property up, and there is videos coming about that just shortly. But if you remember a few years ago, we did a video about living off grid in Spain. Now, I know this isn't for everyone, having an abundance of red cabbages, onions, tomatoes, peppers, but it is for one man, and that is Andy. Hello.
Hello, I'm back.
He's back. He's back.
About 12
And
months off YouTube.
about 12 months off YouTube. You
Yeah.
needed the break, but
Yeah.
you will be doing videos again.
Yeah, I'm going to start getting back onto it, and
Right.
hopefully.
So if you haven't subscribed to Andy's channel, I will put a link in here right now, but I'll also put a link in the end, and I'll put a link in the description of the video. So tell us about the farm just now, what you've got growing, because
So
people will find that a bit interesting.
we've got red cabbages, broccoli, red cabbages, red onions, white onions. We've got a new style of pepper in this year that was mega expensive for
Yeah.
us to buy in.
Yeah,
But it's like a Italian crossed bell pepper.
yeah,
So it's a really long square one. So we've got them in there, something different. Lettuce, and then we've got chard, more red cabbage that's coming out. So we're trying to keep the red cabbage going through the summer,
yeah,
because obviously people like red cabbage in
Yeah.
summer for coleslaw and stuff like that. 1,001 pumpkins,
no, you don't want pumpkins. Yeah,
courgettes, and then at the other land we've obviously got all the celery, stuff like that.
yeah,
Obviously people that know us
yeah,
know that we've moved.
yep,
So this land's been sort of a work in progress for the last sort of 10 months.
yeah,
The plan is by September to just have everything here, but we've been stopped from burning, so we've ended up with piles of stuff like weeds and stuff in the
Yeah.
field we can't get rid of.
Right. So people that don't understand, you can only burn at certain times of the year.
Yeah, normally
the farmland.
Normally it's between October and the end of May.
Yeah.
But because there was a big fire up back in the Benidorm way,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks back, and literally they just went boom,
That's
stop.
it.
That's it. You're not burning now till October. So, we was looking at getting a grabbing to take it away,
Yeah,
but it was just mega expensive.
yeah, just too expensive.
So it's just easier just to leave it there.
A question that a lot of people, well, one of my mates asked, because he's got an allotment back home, is a lot of people back home think that the growing seasons are similar to what they are back home.
No, the complete
Yeah.
opposite here. So, like now in England, a lot of people's going to be probably planting broccoli, potatoes,
Yeah,
sprouts, all that. We actually plant that in September.
yeah,
So that's why we normally don't have sprouts for Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? Unless I can get them in. We have a cooler August,
yeah,
then I can normally get them in a bit earlier. But we grow literally all your brassicas and everything through the winter.
yeah,
And then this time of year now, you start growing all your peppers, your tomatoes. So that side of it's the same as England.
yeah.
But where people will be putting broccoli and cauliflower and stuff like that,
So-
in, we
so-
won't.
So what about the summer months? Because obviously summer months back home in the UK, people are growing strawberries and stuff
Yeah.
like that. What can you grow in July and August here?
Normally it's your peppers, your aubergines. Courgettes are normally done by
Yeah.
then, because it just gets too hot for them.
Yeah,
It's like with the pumpkins, like we want them sort of done and dusted by July
right,
and drying out in the field.
and drying it in the field.
Yeah, because
So do you cut them off the plants then?
no, I'll just leave them on the field.
Just leave them on
Yeah.
the field?
Just leave them on the field because it's dry enough here. It don't get wet.
Yeah.
No, unless we get a real bad
Yeah.
week of rain, then I'll lift them up off the ground.
Yeah,
But apart from that, no, we just leave them in fields. Just obviously harden up and stuff,
hard nut
and then we'll
for.
bring them in September, and they just get piled up. And
Let's have a walk. So what is this?
that's broccoli.
That's broccoli.
Yeah, so that's been in about 6 weeks now, and as you can see, they're getting quite big.
Yeah.
So the heads are starting to appear now
Yeah.
in the middle. So I reckon probably another 3 weeks, and we'll have the last of the broccoli for this season then.
Right, and then you've
Doing
got
that.
red cabbage.
Red cabbage. So this is the last planting of this until September now,
Yeah,
because obviously we can't get any more. And stuff like that, to sow it myself,
Yeah.
it costs me more.
yeah,
No, I buy a tray
Yeah.
of 600 plants for about
Yeah.
€8. So, yeah.
and then you've got onions.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you got more than one onion off of a plant.
Yeah, so some, like I said to you, some people split them.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
So they come in cells with like 3 or 4 onions in
Yeah.
a cell, and I just plant them like that, and they've always done well.
Yeah.
They don't people say, oh, they don't get as big, they don't do this.
Yeah.
No, I don't want massive onions because
Yeah.
they tend to rot in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, I want
Yeah.
a nice size sort of
Nice size.
tennis
Just
ball sized onion.
yeah.
So yeah, and they grow to that size.
And then you got
Good.
peppers over there.
Yep.
Got any
Yeah.
tomatoes in?
No, we've got some there, and we've got tomatoes going in next week, hopefully.
Just to let you know, I'm growing tomatoes, and we have tomatoes already.
He's beating me.
That is in our garden, but house. And thanks to Andy, he come and irrigated the things and did
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
and-
helps you out with all the
Yeah.
irrigation and
Yeah.
stuff.
So he showed us how to do that. We might show it if you go into Instagram. Follow us on Instagram because you will see more of. We're not going to do the videos about on YouTube because it's not really what people are looking for. But if you go into our Instagram, my Instagram, you'll see it on the stories there. You'll see how the garden comes along. But anyway, so seeds.
Seeds.
That was good because you sow seeds.
You're a comedian, you,
yeah,
aren't you?
yeah, that's it. So you've got the seeds.
Yeah.
Do you grow the seeds or do you?
So we buy some in,
Yeah.
but specialist stuff. So like this year, we're growing spaghetti squash,
Right.
red basil, Thai basil, stuff like that. We sow all that ourselves.
Right. So you put the seeds in for that.
Yeah, we've got raft tomatoes. Like you can buy them started, but it's easier just to sow them yourself, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, like chard, red
Yeah.
chard, yellow chard.
Yeah.
But it's all that sort of stuff. And then this year we've started taking cuttings.
Right.
So we've got rosemary, we've got the
Right.
mosquito plant
Ah.
that we're taking cuttings from.
Do they work?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
they?
literally, and everyone says you need to put hormones on them and all that. All I do is I cut them off, strip them off,
Yeah.
put them in some soil, keep them wet,
Yeah.
and they root.
And then right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, just keep them in the shade. Hence the
Yeah.
shade cloth.
Yeah. So yeah. So obviously, so it doesn't dry out as much.
Yeah.
And chickens.
Yeah.
You've got chickens.
Yeah.
You've got the chickens.
We've got chickens and ducks.
Yeah,
They've all
chick-
run off because the sun's out.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah.
you do put them in. And what I need to remember is Andy does sell veg boxes, organic veg boxes. So if you're in Playa Flamenca, Torrevieja,
Playa Flamenca, Torrevieja, Quesada. Yeah, we go as far as Hondon as well. We
Right.
do Hondon up in the hills.
right?
Obviously, just send us a message and we'll
Yeah.
tell you when we cover that area.
Yeah.
At the minute, we're trying to keep it pretty sort of
Yeah.
like
Central to.
central to
yeah.
where we are.
Yeah.
But no, as long as we can get enough boxes, we will go
Yeah.
to a certain place.
So if you are looking for some organic vegetable, 100% organic vegetable, not the rubbish that you get in the supermarket, and yes, it might come with the odd worm, there might be a slug now and again, but it's organic. What do you expect? Message Andy. Right. So you've got the chickens. You've got
We've got about 15 ducks.
15
So
ducks.
we do duck eggs when they decide to lay. They've gone
Yeah.
on strike at the
Right.
minute.
And those are also in the veg boxes.
Yeah.
So,
So
that's
yeah.
even better.
So you get 6 eggs in the veg box, and
Right.
then obviously you can buy
You can buy
additional
extras.
eggs.
Right.
The duck eggs we sell separate.
Right.
So you can buy them.
And that is completely 100% free range eggs.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
they're here. At the
Yeah.
minute, what the plan is once
Yeah.
we've got to sort the fencing out on this land.
Yeah.
Because there's a few holes.
Yeah.
And we've had a few.
Yeah, but I
dogs
mean,
get
that
in.
is free range.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They're not in cages.
They're not in cages. They're
Um,
running about.
But eventually they will have the run because the rabbit fence will keep them out of the veg.
Yeah.
So they'll just
Oh,
have
there
the
you
run
go.
at land then.
That's even better.
But yeah, ducks are great for keeping slugs down. They tend to
Ah.
leave the veg alone once it gets to a certain size.
Yeah. And then they'll just eat.
They'll just eat the slugs and snails and
So
stuff like that.
It's a bit of weird pest control as
Yeah.
well for the farm.
Yeah, well, at our old place, right, I'd go out in the morning, I'd just open the cage.
Yeah.
We'd have free run all day, and then at night we'd put them back in the cage just in case any dogs get
Yeah,
in or
yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then we've got our rabbit control.
You've
as
got
you
your
can
rabbit
probably
control.
can hear in the background.
Yeah. A couple of cats for rabbit control.
Yeah, purely because when we come here, we planted about 12 lines up,
Yeah.
and I came back the day after and everything had gone.
Everything had gone.
I weren't used to having rabbits. At
Yeah.
our old place, we didn't have rabbits. So,
In another video, we'll talk about the whole living off grid thing again. We'll get an update about that. And because people have been asking, what's the price of solar and stuff?
yeah.
So that's a video that we'll cover later on. That's enough of this video. Join us in the next one because we're away out somewhere and you need to wait till the next video to find out. Hasta luego.